Yes, I did it. Hi, everyone. My name is Rose. I am a spiritual coach, and welcome to my spiritual coach presentation. I am so excited to be here. I am a Corinne Grillo Angel Alchemy Academy graduate from 2022 from the Owl Clan. And this is my third presentation. And my language on each of my presentations have always been the same. It has been about empowerment. And this started a while back ago when I first began my spiritual path. Um, I was on my knees praying very intensely, and I was praying, and I felt a power and a voice come to me and told me to get up from my knees and never go on my knees again, and essentially was telling me to be empowered. And I kept that philosophy with me since then about empowerment and my spirituality. Right now, I am a spiritual coach. I have been for 3 years. And I unlock the language between us and the universe, the language between us and life. What does that mean? It's about energy that you project to the world that needs to match your desires. If it doesn't match your desires, you're not congruent and you're wondering what's going on. I'm trying to change the slide. It's going to come. You changed it. Oops, it went three because I. Anyway, the second slide is music in my life. That's the frequency that flows through you. And individually, we need to be attuned with our internal representation. And our internal representation is everything. It's how we project ourselves, what we say, how we move, what items we buy, who's in our life, what we think about is our internal representation. We have to recognize it, realize it as our internal representation, then attune it into our internal representation for the desired outcome. So, what you wished for actually is created. I hit the next slide. Okay, the next slide is about if the premise is incorrect, everything based on that premise is incorrect. Therefore, if the premise is correct, everything based on that premise is correct. And that's extremely important. Aligning with a premise that is congruent with everything you believe in. So the premise in your life is correct and it has a flow. It's your thoughts, your talk, your behaviors, your life purpose, words, decisions that you make in your life. And these premises has a flow. And there's a background story to it. So if the premise is correct, everything based on that premise is correct. For me, the power to be that I work with, religion calls this God. This power to be metaphysical calls this universal mind and all that is. This power that I work with, science calls this energy. And to me, it's all one. And you know why I think it's all one? Because we are all one. We are all connected. And most decisions come from the subconscious level at the quantum level. Again, we are all connected. The subconscious is the brain processes of which a person is not fully aware of, that it even existing below the subconscious level, and is driving force for most of your decisions, thoughts, and feelings. The subconscious mind works at the quantum level, helping to create your life. Again, if the premise is correct, everything based on that premise is correct. And it's extremely important that I explain this to you. So let go with the premise that we have free choice. Let's start with the premise that we have free choice, and we do. If you're thinking of beliefs as a tool, and it is, the question about our beliefs is how being subconsciously attached to them is likely going to benefit us. In fact, there's no such thing as a free choice while being subconsciously attached to your belief system, because it will always be the driving force behind your decision making without your conscious awareness. And this is what spiritual coaching is used for. I help people with connecting your subconscious and your conscious mind, so you are aligned, congruent with your desires. Again, the next slide is the premise is correct. It's about behavior. How would your life change if your belief on your behavior were changed to include other possibilities? And that's possible. Could you see past the role of your own behavior and believe that your behavior could be perfected at the quantum level? It can. A thought filtered by the subconscious creates behavior. How does that work? Is that when you are at an event, your senses of seeing, feeling, hearing takes effect. Your personhood is at the event. But before you make an opinion on that event, it goes through a filter in your subconscious. Once it goes through your filter, and your filters are beliefs that you hold to be true, then you make an opinion about the event. So could you see past the role of your own behavior and believe that your behavior could be perfected at the quantum level? Because it can. A thought filtered by the subconscious creates behavior. This philosophy, I believe, knowing that a thought filtered by the subconscious creates behavior, could change the legal system, could change school systems, could change governments, how their processing behaviors are incorrect. A behavior springs from a belief system, and that belief system is subconscious, and it may not even be your own belief system. The physical world is a world of thought. Thought is a quantum energy, it's a light that projects faster than light. And that thought came through filters. Isn't that interesting? That thought came. State versus goal. Again, if the premise is correct, a state, I get this information when I speak to clients. They mix up state and goal. They always tell me, I want to be happy. Well, happiness is a state. It's a state of happiness, a state of confidence. It's a state. And a goal, I wanted to buy a house. I want to buy a car, are two different things. They're not the same thing. They're two different premises. So to help you achieve these premises, you need to know the difference. Like the state worthiness, being worthy, and a goal of owning your own business. Both of these things can merge to make it possible to have this reality. So a state and a goal can merge, but they're still two separate things. A state is an emotion that may keep or give away your power. How can that keep or give away your power? It could keep your power by you maintaining your happiness in the midst of havoc. You could keep your sense of who you are and be balanced and have clear thinking. Or you could give your power away and let the event take over who you really are. I could give you another example. I won't be happy, car, or I won't be happy until my boyfriend comes home. That's giving your power away. Nobody should be in charge of you, power. A state is an emotion that may keep or give away your power. A state could be a resource, like being charismatic, being thoughtful, being optimistic. You could be a charismatic person, and when you have a meeting and you're the lead presenter, your personality, the way you approach things, will make it more accessible and more open and more receiving. Or a block, like fear, narrow mindedness, pessimistic. if someone at the meeting presents something, an idea to you that is not aligned with your philosophy, instead of listening to them and hearing them out first and having an open mind, you may take this information and go into fight or flight. And that produces a chemical in your brain that shuts down reason. And the fight and flight takes over. And this is one of the philosophies, or this is one of the reasons for being narrow-minded. This is a chemical reaction, and it's a science-proven fact. Being pessimistic. What are you pessimistic about life? That could be a core belief of yourself. Being pessimistic about everything. Then guess what experience you are creating in your life? Decisions come from belief systems, like being pessimistic. That decision comes from a goal requires steps. So it's different than a state. A goal requires step. You have to think of what your goal is. You have to make sure it's achievable. Maybe you need funds. Maybe you need people. You have to actually do the work, and then it has to be completed. That's a goal. A state and a goal, if aligned with positive beliefs, powers up the intentions and affirmations. Again, states and goals, if aligned with positive belief, powers up the intentions and affirmations. And I can help you do that. The creative subconscious and mind power awareness. Metacognition is the awareness and understanding of one's own thought process. This is one of our evolutions, to understand our own thought processes as we move forward into the Aquarius age. And it's happening now with this presentation. The physical world is to think. So you have to be aware and understand your own thoughts. Beliefs come from the subconscious, from the past, and likely not from informed information. Informed information is probably not likely to happen when you're achieving information and you're still a child and you're 2 years old and you're seeing things around you. So you're perceiving information at that time from that level. You may achieve information from school, from other people in your life, from your job, from government. And some of these informations are not even your own belief systems. The subconscious mind is conditioned to seek more evidence as you believe, so you could believe the belief is true. So it goes out of its way to prove that the belief that you hold is true. Next is a habit also comes from the subconscious. It vibrates an energy and activates a chain of events. How does that happen? I have a story for you. When you are motivated away from something, there is a highly intense focus, followed by a period of almost relief and then no action. Once you are away from the pain, the threat is over and the motivation fades and is no longer. So let's say you're being broke, and that's a common thing to be motivated away from. You get your bank balance and it comes in, and fear comes over you of being broke. Motivated and highly at this highly motivated state, you become highly focused away from being broke and of having no money. You dump miracles. You do everything possible so you could have money. You move heaven and earth. And then you achieve it and you have a sigh of relief. Oh, I did it. And the panic is over and you relax. The trouble is with this is that boredom kicks in. Why wouldn't it? You are no longer motivated. And the unconscious mind knows the answer to this problem. You need a little more excitement in your life. You need to feel motivated again. So the best reference your mind can draw on is the time you was last motivated away from poverty. I really want you to understand this. That's why I wrote this story down. So the unconscious mind does its best to get you back to being broke again so that you can become motivated again, which results in a life that has extreme up and down, up and down. So moving towards motivation is a very much more sustainable, constant energy, ideally with values. And this is a form of creation, being part of things, being part of life, being part of groups, doing something that excites you in your life. This may start as a low energy, but it increases energy over time. Ideally, you want to be focused on towards value. And this is more of a steady, sustainable form of life that moves forward in a positive way. This is a common thread, a commonality, a congruency with our individual universe. We each have our own, though. They're not all the same. But once the subconscious mind and now has new and improved beliefs, it Zera copies the beliefs throughout your life. And let's say your life is like the main streets and the side streets and the communities and the highways and the tunnels of your life. Once it has new and approved belief systems, just one belief system change could change everything in your life. It has a way of rippling down. The subconscious mind is extremely powerful and uplifting as the main driver and fully capable of instant quantum change. And this is true. Now, I want you to know that your subconscious mind has a prime directive, and that always is to benefit you. The quantum soul, subconscious, lives internally with immediate change occurs. I would like this to be bigger. Look at it. Oh, shoot. The subconscious mind forms your belief systems with various sources. The belief systems could come from parents, it could have come from friends, your community, your school, your job. It comes from various sources. And again, it doesn't even have to be true or not true for you, which becomes a story we tell ourselves, a self fulfilling prophecy. That's why you see the same things happening over and over again. Different people, different places, different events, but the same theme. And did you know that the I am affirmation power is best when your subconscious mind attaches to a universal truth? Like, I am confident. And but if you truly in your inside don't believe you are confident, manifesting that would take a very long time, because you have to believe that it is true. An affirmation you need to believe to be true. And I can help you with that. Combining a universal truth with an affirmation, like the sun rises. Do you believe the sun rises? Yes, it does. It's a universal truth. You connect the I am with the universal truth, and it becomes true for you. Needless to say, if the subconscious mind aligned itself with beliefs that serve you, your filter will be congruent with the desire. And presto, every sensory passing through your filter will create a desired outcome. I want you to sit back, if you can, right now, and take a moment to remember a time when you felt really motivated. And why don't you go back to that time when you felt really motivated? Now, when you were really motivated, remember that time. Really remember that time. Now, when you are really motivated now, all the way back to that time when you were really motivated, and now float down into your own body so that you are looking through your own eyes and see what you see, hear what you hear, and feel the feelings of being motivated, really motivated, right now. Remember those feelings now as you see what you see, hear what you hear, and feel all the feelings of being really motivated right now. Got it? Now notice all the feelings of feeling really motivated. And as you do so, bring that picture to the forefront of your mind. And what I like you to do is float out of that picture and look down on that picture, seeing yourself so that you are no longer looking through your own eyes. Got it? Now take that picture now, and as you do so, make it smaller, darker, and in fact, push that picture away from you so it shrinks down in size and gets further away from you. As you do so, you may notice that the picture, as it shrinks down in size and gets further away from you, and as you do this, you may notice that the feelings of motivation that you have decrease as the picture gets pushed out further and further. Now make that picture darker, and you may notice that again the feeling decreased. Now ask yourself, when did you have the most feelings of motivation? Was it when the picture was bright and up close to you, or when it had been pushed away and made smaller and darker? If you're like most people, you notice that the picture loses its intensity proportionately with the size, location, and brightness of the picture. I find this very interesting, don't you? Now, what I would like you to do is bring that picture back now as it was before, and then float down into the picture. So you are now looking through your own eyes, and you may notice that the feelings of motivation comes floating back now. Again, needless to say, the subconscious mind aligned itself with the beliefs that serve you. Your filter will be congruent with the desire, and presto, every sensory passing through you filter will create a desired outcome. As a spiritual coach, I communicate with quantum, soul, and subconscious, and coach congruency within your life, life's goals, habitual habits, money cycles, belief and intentions, statements. I stop cravings, self empowerment, and more using many different quantum modalities. And these are some of the limiting beliefs in the subconscious. Your self talk, rules you live your life by, spontaneous triggers. All decisions you make come from the subconscious, and that's 95% of your decisions. And your intentions. This means when you think your life is good, it could be better. Your self talk. I had an incident just yesterday when I went out to lunch with a group of friends. And I was talking about my empowerment and my spirituality. And I was thinking that there was other people that was at a level that I desired. And I was telling a friend this, and she looked at me and she said, "You're powerful, you're creative." And it took me aback. And I said, "Oh my gosh, that was a self talk. That was a spontaneous trigger. I don't know where that came from, but I wasn't speaking positive about myself. And I do feel empowered." And she brought that to my attention, and I'm grateful for that. Your inherited brain is more than fully adequate to operate in all its positive capacity. And I can coach you to show you how. Now, contemplate this mystery of quantum, which I showed you an example of it. Now, knowing what your mind is capable of, would you ever cease to partake in all its magic? It is time to unlock the language of quantum. Remember, the subconscious can create both a positive and negative internal representation because it always believes it has our best interests in mind. In fact, it thinks it is protecting us and giving us a way to keep us safe. Again, the subconscious believes it is keeping us safe. It is one of its prime directives. I'd like to make this smaller. Made it bigger. I see everyone here. If you guys have any questions, please let me know. Okay, let's go to the next slide. As such, my life purpose as a spiritual coach is to enhance your experience of life, co working with quantum energy, soul, and subconscious. Remember, quantum soul subconscious live in the internal now. Soul subconscious has the freedom to be free of doubts. That's why in quantum, beliefs can change instantly. The quantum levels manifest, and they manifest instantly. The quantum soul subconscious can create an internal representation that holds positive beliefs and continually seek evidence on that positive belief. If you believe you're not in a safe world, it's going to keep on showing you that because that's your belief, that's your perception. Your subconscious is like a Xerox machine. It shows you It may be different people, different places, different events, even, but it shows you your belief systems. In fact, that can be changed with quantum. How you can, let me look at this one that's small. Have you ever had a behavior spring from an innermost belief at the strangest times? I have. I had just the other day when I went out to lunch and I was talking about a belief system. I was actually putting myself down. And my friend brought it to my attention that it wasn't true, and I was grateful. But it pops up at the strangest times. I was having a good time. I believe everyone has at one time or another has done this, like a burst of anger, or all of a sudden you feel sad and you don't know why you feel sad. Could you see how you may have blocked yourself with beliefs, like not asking for a raise because you don't think you're deserving of that raise? Could you see how you may have sabotaged yourself but not thinking you could bring out the best in yourself and keeping yourself quiet in a situation where you should have spoken up? Could you see how you may have stopped yourself from doing something good? Like if someone, like I was passing someone in the street in New York City, because that's where I'm from. And this lady was begging for money, and everybody was just walking by her. And I believe they were like a little fearful, or they didn't feel comfortable. And I walked by her, but then I walked back and I noticed the belief that I had, and I gave her what I had at the time. But everything you do stems from belief systems. And once you're aware of that, you can make changes in your life. And do you see how you could change all of that? We could change it with quantum. I find that there's only one way the universe knows how to change people's beliefs. It is to show people that there is a better way to have one. Wow, having a belief more compelling, isn't that exciting? This is, of course, what unlocking the language of the universe does by working with quantum. It changes beliefs to serve you, your family, your community, the world, and the universe. When you change, your life changes. It's a ripple effect. You are that important, and you are so loved. I would like to say an invocation with Archangel Michael and with your souls. I want you to be open to the channel of quantum. I already made our space a healing, sacred healing space before you guys arrived. But I would like to say this with you here. Archangel Michael, the creator of all that is, our personal souls, please give us a beautiful ball of light. I ask that you place your protection around this space, sealing it as a sacred healing space, allowing only the highest vibrational guides, messages, guidance, and healing to come through. I call on the creator of all that is, the archangels, ascended masters, and guardian angels, heal ancestors, and heal loved ones. I ask that this presentation be received with the best, the highest, the purest, and brightest good. I ask the creator of all that is, I command to speak to and channel the souls so we can work at the quantum level to achieve change. I have my website address here if anyone would like to make any changes in belief systems. The first 30 minutes is free, and I really invite you to participate in this. This will change you, your life, your family, again, the universe. It will change how the school system is perceived, the legal system, how we do and work with government. I think it's that important. And I feel this is my life's mission to change, help people change their belief systems in a manner that's very quick and you see immediate change. I want to thank you for being here. I am so grateful that we had this time together, and many blessings to you and your belief systems. Thank you. Does anyone have any questions? If yes, Nadine, you can have a reading. You can have a free one. Just contact my website here and schedule a time. Definitely, Samuel, a prayer request, such as food, clothing, shelter, and clean water. Yes. Please contact my website and we could do that together. Okay, Cynthia, I have you. Would you like to tell me your belief system that you would like to change right now? And I could do another one right now. I would love a reading, please. Okay. Belief system you would like to change. I don't have an answer here, so I'm just, and we did motivation. How about confidence? I want you to think of a time when you were confident. Think about that right now. Take a moment and remember that time when you were confident, when you felt really, really confident. And why don't you go back to that time right now when you were really, really confident? Remember that time now when you are really confident now. All the way back to that time when you were confident. You were really confident. And now float down into your own body so that you are looking through your own eyes and see what you can see, hear what you can hear, and feel the feelings of being confident, really confident right now. Got it? Remember those feelings. Now, as you see what you see, hear what you hear, and feel all the feelings of being really confident right now. Now notice all the feelings of feeling really confident. And as you do so, bring that picture to the forefront of your mind. And ask the soul's permission to bring your confidence from your subconscious to your conscious mind. And what I'd like you to do is float out of that picture and look down on that picture, seeing yourself so that you're no longer looking through your own eyes. Now take the picture now, and as you do so, make it smaller, darker. In fact, push that picture away from you so it shrinks down in size as it gets further away. And as you do so, you may notice that the picture, as it shrinks down in size and gets further away from you, and as you do this, you may notice that the feeling of motivation, the confidence that you have, decreased as the picture gets pushed out further and further. Now make that picture darker, and you may notice that again, the feeling of confidence decreases. Now ask yourself, when did you have the most feeling? And we're talking about confidence. Was it when the picture was bright and up close to you? And when it had been, or when it had been pushed away and made smaller and darker? If you are like most people, you notice that the picture loses intensity proportionately with the size, location, brightness of the picture as it's moved away. Now, what I would like you to do is bring that picture back now as it was before, and then float down into the picture. So you are looking through your own eyes. And you may notice that the feeling of confidence comes flooding right back to you. Cynthia. Again, I thank you very much. Feel free to contact me, and I can definitely do a quantum change on belief systems. I think it's so important for us to be having this as a tool for our spiritual empowerment as we move into the quantum age of the future. God bless you and thank you for showing.